Rapid.
Ready? Rapid round. Do it. Trash. No.
Favorite mother-daughter memory. Go. Favorite mother-daughter memory.
Oh, you go first.
Favorite mother-daughter memory. I would say, shoot.
Oh, I got one. Go ahead.
Okay. Go. Rapid.
Just recently when I moved here, my mom came down here like right when I moved in a couple weeks afterwards, and I went to work, and she went to Burlington, went to here, went to that, and she basically decorated this apartment.
Yeah.
And it was like this moment where it was like, wow, we've never done this before, because like I said, our relationship was not good for a really long time. And so it was like, now she's like, she said, I'm just so proud of you. And I'm like, oh wow. Me? Okay.
You love me.
So you do love me.
Okay. Mine, the first thing that's popping into my head is my mom. I was a huge Bow Wow fan. Like, love of my life for the longest.
I see that.
And,
but really short though.
No,
I know
as an adult. But, he came to Little Rock. I was a full adult. Came to Little Rock for some New Year's Eve event, and my mom heard about it, and she's like, we're going. She bought tickets. It was outside, freezing. But she did it. Barely, there was like 10 people there, because it was so cold. But we're like, we're there.
You gotta see him?
My phone was gonna die. I had it all charged up, or something. Didn't charge it, I don't know, I was so nervous. I was literally running around trying to find a charger, like all the vendors and stuff, and they're like, no. Anyway, turned my phone off, turned it back on just in time for get a couple of videos of him, and then my phone died. But
So it was a whole concert.
well, he just came out to do like the ball drop and stuff.
Oh.
But I got to see him. Like that was on my bucket list. I would meet Bow Wow. She made it happen.
She made it happen.
Okay. Rapid question. Go. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Have you ever had a supernatural experience?
I believe so.
I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits.
I would say that. I would
Yeah.
definitely say that. I mean, there's things
Negative.
there's things, and positive too.
Yeah.
I think that there's things that I haven't been able to explain, certain things slamming, certain things this.
I've never had that.
See, I've had that where, I walked in and I turn a radio off, and by the time I get to the door, it turns back on.
Oh, heck no. I would
Talking about
be
no, we moved up out of that house because it happened to my dad too. It was this one house that we lived in, and it was the radio. This spirit or whatever it was had a thing with music or a radio or something. My dad used to keep his music at a certain level, and he woke up to it cranked up.
But I love hearing like stories.
Yeah.
So I haven't had an experience like that. I do believe in spirits and stuff, and I remember one time, I don't know if it's called, it might be like a sleep thing. I remember I was sleeping, and I literally would feel myself like someone was pulling me off of the bed and out the door of the room.
Stop.
And I had to be like, and my husband was next to me, and like, I remember in my head being like, Marco, like,
Yeah, but you can't move.
and but I felt it pulling me. Almost, I didn't get out the doors.
Well, I don't like that.
And I remember mom.
Like, you remember just feeling it, like
I just
seeing it,
remember like
what?
it would be like something heavy over me,
Yeah.
and I'd
But
be
were
like,
you asleep?
I was asleep,
Okay.
but I don't know if I was like, I didn't open my eyes,
Yeah.
but I felt something heavy. I'm like, oh no, like it's happening.
Stop.
And then
One time?
no, it happened multiple times. But this one time, it pulled me. Because it would happen where it would just sit on me and I
Was your mom
couldn't
still alive?
move. Yeah. But this was when we first moved to Florida, the first time.
Okay.
That's when a lot of it happened. And I don't know what I was talking to my mom about, but she had said, if something like that happens, she said you're supposed to lay on your side. Because it can't, like, if you're on your side, it can't.
Girl, I don't like nothing about that.
So I don't really sleep on my back anymore. Like if I do, I have like a pillow, so I'm like,
Girl. Spirit, saying energy.
I be saging.
Okay, I'm gonna need to get about my house. No.
Oh Lord. We kind of talked about it a little bit. How has your parents' relationship affected your own relationships?
Trauma. Trash. No.
I'd say trauma, like abandonment issues, and with my mom, not with my dad, but like her own relationships, and that's what I saw growing up was she had some abusive relationships. I didn't go down that path. I was more of like, oh, you talking to me? I'm out.
Okay.
Like
The
your
opposite.
voice is different.
The
Your
opposite.
tone, I'm done.
Yep.
So quick to be like, no, this ain't gonna work.
Well, and that's the thing. It either goes one way or the other, and
Yeah.
I just so happened to go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I never saw my father abuse my mother physically.
Yeah.
There was a lot of mental and verbal, emotional abuse on both ends. And it's either you go, I don't want that, or oh, maybe
That's normal.
That's love.
Yeah.
You know. So I've been through hell and back with my relationships, and I can't blame it on my parents, but I always thought that passion, and we got passion. No,
Love each other so much.
we beat each other.
Yeah, no.
No,
It's not normal.
no,
There were some of our conversations, I'm like,
it's not.
normal.
That doesn't happen in
Normally
real
no.
things. No.
Oh, we don't? No.
No, we're not supposed to throw each other down the stairs. That doesn't mean he loves me. No, that actually means he's toxic.
Yeah.
So
having worked through that.
yeah, I mean, understanding what love is.
And I feel like that's another episode to even talk about, like, relationships and just your
That's another 6 episodes to me.
just your
You
journey
know what I mean?
and stuff, and like what you've learned through that. Because obviously you and I have talked, but there could be some other people that learn
Benefit.
from.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, so mine was more of like a what? We're done. On to the next.
Right. And me, it was submit. Yeah. So with the opposite, you and I are so different in that aspect that, you are that type that, no, and I'm like, oh, who? And I'm
talking to?
Yeah, right. Excuse me. And I have that, I have that sense when it comes to everyone else, but when it comes to the person that I'm with, I'm very submissive. I'm very, because my dad's personality called for that from my mother.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, gotta please. I'm a
From
pleaser.
what you see.
Oh, I have to. I have to please you, because it's what we do.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. And I don't discredit that, because I do want to be submissive in my relationships, but I don't want to be submissive towards somebody that's going to take advantage of me being submissive.
And see,
that's the problem.
And that's where mine was like, my mom was that in some ways, like she'd be one way or the other.
Yeah.
And like, so when I got married, that's when I'm like, okay,
Yes.
this is what you do when you're married. This is the right thing to do when you're married. But hold on. Like, so yeah, just being in those marriage was the challenging one.
Right.
Because I knew he was the person I'm supposed to be with. But
Is this who I'm supposed to be in this?
yeah, like,
Yeah.
but I don't like when he does that.
Right.
So normally I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, why am I? So even having, but a lot of it was just finding myself.
Right.
Because I was young when I got married, and
Right.
I knew what not to do.
Right.
So this must be what you should do.
But that doesn't necessarily
But
mean that.
and not as now 30 years old. I'm like, and over the years and having a husband that's open-minded, and we're both
Right.
reflecting and both growing and trying to be the best we can be. Just being thankful to have that kind of partner,
Of course.
because I know it could have been a whole different way.
Yeah.
But just having that kind of partner where it's like, okay, like you work on yourself, I'm working on myself, like and that marriage just can be whatever you and that person want it to be.
Well, it's life too.
Yeah.
Life.
But for
It is what you choose it to be. It's what the work that you put in. If you have somebody like I've been in relationships where you have done nothing for me, and I have given you everything, and guess what? You still want me to give, and you still want me to give. But this relationship, and then you'll come, well, just let me fix it. Well, I can't let you do anything. You have to want to do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it, it's not going to work. No matter how bad you want it to, if you don't want to put in the work,